Welcome into Nellis Hall, where we're getting set for a fine matchup here tonight, and one of these opponents are ranked in the country. They're Hutchinson Blue Devils coming in on the road, 17th in the nation, 13-3 overall, and they're coming to take your hometown Coffeyville Red Ravens, 10-10, 8-8 in conference. Kind of been in a little slide thus lately, but I'm Logan Mance alongside Matt Dick, and we'll get into starting lineups real quick. Starting for the Blue Devils. And Matt, who do you see from the Blue Devils in the starting lineup that could really make an impact in this game early?
Well, that's got to be number 22, Roebuck. 13 points a game, 49 from the field, 36% from deep. Shoots great from the line, 77%. And then, got that double-double, 13 points and 10 rebounds. Someone else is Mickens, 15 points a game and 10 rebounds. So two people that average a double-double, down low presence. And, Logan, how do you feel? There's a little hometown bias for the Hutchinson Dragons with Roebuck from Olathe, Kansas.
Yeah, she's from my high school, Olathe South. And the other girl you talked about, Mickens, she's from Louisville, Kansas. So a lot of Kansas talent inside the Hutch starting lineup. So now we'll get to the Coffeyville. So for Coffeyville, pretty much the same deal. Sky Jasper, Tatiana McCree, Michaela Tanksley, Alexis Wooden, and Lucy Burke for your hometown Lady Red Ravens, who tonight got to make an impact in this game for the Lady Red Ravens.
And, the number one person you got to look at, Sky Jasper, 12 a game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, but she doesn't have to score a lot just for her team to do good. She's an on-court coach and knows how to lead her team to wins. And someone else you always got to look at for production, Lucy Burke, one of the greatest three-point shooters I've seen late in games, knows how to put the team on her back and make those game-winning shots.
Yeah, we're expecting a fine matchup here tonight, and Coffeyville wants to win tonight. They're definitely going to have to get some production off their bench after they still have a bunch of people that are hurt. And one girl you got to look at is Tierra Fullove, has been coming on lately, and they need her to come off the bench and get some rebounds and maybe hit a couple threes.
And that's so true. Right now, she is shooting 34% from the field, and you've seen the last couple games, big shots at the end of the half, third quarter, first quarter, doesn't matter. The pressure doesn't faze her, and, she's kind of fighting for that starting role, so we better watch out for Tierra Fullove on this Ravens offense.
Coffeyville in the white jerseys and Hutchinson in the red. As coaches here tonight, Stephen Harrell for your Lady Red Ravens, the second year, 31-20 overall record. Assistant coach Anita Walker. And for Hutchinson Blue Dragons, John Ontages, as 11th year, 287 wins, only 62 losses. And assistant coach Travis Kirk and Phil Anderson. So that's your starting rotations, your starting coaches. And we're just about to get set for the jump ball. As you'll see Alexis Wooden going against Visionaire Roebuck. And the tip goes to the Blue Dragons. So Coffeyville wants to get off to a good pace. Like you said, stay hot on the board as coming off a couple losses, only scoring less than 50 points. And Blue Dragons get on the board for Sarah Kramer.
And she shoots 33% from deep. And, that's about average, but she does a great job for her team, 8 points a game.
And, Matt, how can Coffeyville in this slide scoring less than 50 points in their last 2 losses? How do you think they can attack this game and get their offense ability up?
One person is right here about to shoot the ball, Lucy Burke. You got to get her going early. And then also you just got to play tough defense. Both of these people get 10 rebounds a game, so you got to go up with the best of them and get rebounds. And right there, you see Sky Jasper coming down with it.
See Michaela Tanksley get the outlet pass and run the offense for the Lady Red Ravens. And Coffeyville coming off a overtime loss versus Independence at home. a tough one. And then a loss at Dodge City. I believe that was a loss in a close game. I think they lost by 2. And a nice offensive rebound for Alexis Wooden.
And that's the thing that I said that they need to do, match up with their intensity down low. And you saw her, Wooden, go against Roebuck and get that offensive board. And now they have a second chance at a possession.
And that's another thing to spark their offense, get extra opportunities. And this is one right here. You'll see 10 under the shot clock. And a turnover.
And that was just kind of a mishap by Sky Jasper. Couldn't get it after kind of a sloppy pass by McCree. And the Blue Dragons, my bad, will get the ball back.
Blue Dragons been shooting 3-ball here lately. 2 threes up, and they'll get offense of possession off the rebound. Inside. Again, Coffeyville kind of in a 3-2 zone, and here comes Tatatina McCree 1-on-2, and she'll kind of slow it up for the Lady Red Ravens. Coffeyville looking for their first points of tonight's action, as they've gotten 3 possessions. Working late in the shot clock. Tanksley, does she recognize it? Inside to Wooden, she'll have to put it up quick. Over the left shoulder, no good. And a nice rebound. Oh, okay, the shot clock violation. I thought maybe Tatina McCree was going to get away with something.
Yeah, the ball didn't get to hit the rim, so the shot clock didn't get a renew. But, you see right there, they're working late in the shot clock, and sometimes that, as you saw there, is a disadvantage because the defense gets set, and then you don't have anything to run. But that's a great job by McCree to try to get that offensive board.
So they got 1 3 by Kramer, and here comes Degenaire. And that's out of bounds, and Coffeyville get another possession.
Great defense on her. As we already mentioned, we know what she can do. 13 points a game and, 50% from the field. So you got to watch out for her, and they're doing a great job D'ing her up.
And that's something you'll got to look for Alexis Wooden guarding her, as the nice closeouts and denying the ball inside. And I think she's the perfect matchup for her. Inside, no good from Sky Jasper, and here come the Blue Dragons. Inside, and a foul. Roebuck will go back to the line.
And she's someone that, you don't really want to foul. She shoots 77% from the line, so great job by her at the line this year. And right now, the Ravens looking slow. What do you think they can do to kind of prevent them from working so late in the shot clock?
I think it's just about attacking the basket early in the possession. I think they're too worried about running their offense instead of finding a lane to the hoop. And here comes Tierra Fulla. Maybe she can come off the bench and make a difference. And Roebuck gets one of the 2. 4-point advantage against Coffeyville. About 4 minutes into this ball game, still don't have a point. Almost a steal. A nice job reading the passing lanes from Tia Bradshaw. Just could not come up with a turnover. Again, back in the same situation. 5 on the shot clock. And the rebound goes to Bradshaw.
And Tanksley usually can get those to go, but she just was rushed on her shot, didn't get a stop. And then we see the Blue Dragons going back to the line. And that is Bradshaw. And she does great from the line, 83%. So we know that she's very consistent, and let's see if she can bring her team up by more. And she gets the first one to go.
So one thing the Blue Dragons have found is the free throw line is getting some attempts up and getting to 6 points. That's 3 points at the line for the Blue Dragons. And now we'll see what the Red Ravens can come up with. It's been really stagnant as they need to figure it out on offense. And here comes Alexis Wooden, leaves it short. Ropehook picks up the defensive board, and here come the Blue Dragons. Kramer to the hoop. Jumper.
And you kind of see Coffeyville not knowing what to do with the ball right now. They're kind of, standing around, not passing it. And you just see Alexis win kind of a bailout three at the end, towards the end of the shot clock. And you got to start thinking they got to move the ball around.
So 5 minutes into this first quarter. Ruddy Ravens still have a point. Here comes Sky Jasper. Fast break opportunity for the Blue Dragons. Left it on the heel of the rim. Bradshaw will set up the offense next to Kramer. So Coffeyville in this little 3-2 zone. Inside action from Roebuck, and she gets it to go. Oh, excuse me, that's not Roebuck. That's
Barber.
Barber.
And, she doesn't get a lot of playing time, but does good with it. 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists a game. 35 from the field. And right now, like we mentioned, Coffeyville looking stagnant, while the Blue Dragons are able to, hit some shots here and there. But both teams are actually playing pretty good defense.
Yeah, and how can you assess Coffeyville's offensive game so far? I mean, no points, and you really haven't got much of a good look at the basket.
Exactly. Most of them, they haven't even been able to drive in. All of them have been, deep twos or three-pointers. So you got to start thinking you need to establish a down-low presence so you can get this offense off and running.
So the Red Ravens need to put something on the scoreboard. Tierra Fulla, that's one player that can definitely score for the Red Ravens. She needs to do it this game. Definitely if Coffeyville needs to come out with a victory. Here comes Wooden. And it looked like she shuffled her feet. That's a travel. Tanksley getting fouled and having a shot at the line.
And Michaela Tanksley does a great job from the line, 70%. And you know what else she does? She is a great leader, 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists a game. So she knows how to run an offense and always, somehow with her speed and athleticism finds the open person in the fast break. That's one good quality about her.
Gets one of the free throws to go and have a second one. Gets them both. So Coffeyville down 6. And now here comes this press after the made basket. Oh, a nice takeover from Michaela Tanksley. Ripped it out of the hands of Bradshaw and collected the foul.
And that's a good momentum changer right there, to get to the line, make both of them, and then get the turnover and the foul. So right now, if they make this basket, you can say they're coming back in this game.
A 4-point swing will be a nice opportunity for Coffeyville to get back in this ball game. Nice cut by Sky Jasper. Just a little bit of a low pass from Lucy Burke and a jump ball. And Coffeyville's got to recognize they only have 9 seconds on the shot clock. So Tanksley up top. Nice shot from Jasper. In and out, and a foul on McCree.
And right now, the Ravens, are doing a good job. Moving the ball. They're just not able to get anything to go from mid-range. Nice pass. Out of bounds. We'll go back.
2:35 left in the first quarter. 15 on the shot clock for Hutchinson. Again, Coffeyville in this kind of 2-3. Tough shot. She got it to go.
And that's a great shot by Kramer. Just a little bit inside from that corner 3 area and gets it to go. And now brings her team up back by 8 with about 2 minutes to go in the first.
Again, Coffeyville stuck at that 2-point mark. And a foul inside. So one way the Lady Red Ravens can come in back from this deficit is to rack up fouls. And they'll bring foul totals up to 6 between both teams, each team with 3. And we'll see Lucy Burke throw it out under her own goal. So another foul. That one against Alicia Brown.
And that was a hold on her, so that'll bring their foul trouble up to 4. And now you're only 3 away from going to the 1-1.
So under 2 minutes. Again, another foul. So that will bring Alexis Wooden to the line, shooting 1-1. That one was on Jada Mickens, freshman out of Libel, Kansas.
And Wooden, 68% from the line, so does a pretty good job there. And you see that she gets the first one to go. And maybe that's one way we can get back in this game is, shoot some free throws and hopefully bring this game closer than it is right now.
So Coffeyville, without a made field goal attempt, still down by 6, only 4 points. So Hutch kicking it outside. Under 20, Kramer, she got it. She put it through the back of the net to make it a 13-4 lead for the Blue Dragons.
And Kramer now has 2 threes. And, you got to start looking to double team her maybe if, play some better perimeter defense on her. She's getting these, and even with pressure in her face, she's still knocking them down. And now they get a foul on them, and that'll be a careless turnover with Coffeyville still down by 9.
And that's 2 fouls on McCree. Inside to the hoop. Collision. And a foul. Blocking foul on T.R. Fullhoff.
And that will send Brown to the line. A quick stat line for her. Averages about 11 a game. 42 from the field. 32 from 3. 60 from the line. And gets about 5 rebounds a game. So she does a good job for this Blue Dragons team and offense.
She'll have another at the line. So 14-4 game, 1 minute and 9 seconds left, and Coffeyville will get the ball back. And you got to think, even with the production they could put up with a minute left, you still think Coach Harrell's not going to be happy with this first quarter with his team.
Definitely not. You see a lot of standing around, not knowing what to do with the ball. And right there, Tierra Fullove almost gets it to go, but it goes out of bounds. You just got to start thinking of people that can help this game. And Sky Jasper's been quiet. She hasn't shot a lot. And the stuff that she has shot hasn't went in.
Yeah, nothing has been able to go in and nothing has been working. So working the ball around the perimeter against this zone. Turnover, Lucy Burke going the other way. And she doesn't have numbers. She'll slow it up.
And that's a great job by Lucy Burke to anticipate that pass. Kind of a lob pass, got it, and, able to get a turnover and try to sway the length of this game. And she goes with the long three and misses.
Wooden back up now, Sky Jasper. Batted out of bounds and going the Blue Dragons' way. 3.7 seconds left on the game clock. Shot clock is dead. And you got to think just maybe a deep three or maybe a half-court shot. Didn't get the ball off in time. But Hutch going into the second quarter with a 10-point lead. Got to be happy with their team's effort, and for Coffeyville, it's kind of been dismal.
Yeah, definitely. And right now, you see a lot of standing around, stagnant for the Ravens. And on the other side, for the Blue Dragons, you see a lot of ball movement and people able to drive in, but they've also shot the three pretty well. So props to them being up on Coffeyville by 10. Coffeyville just needs to, match their intensity, pass a little better, and, hit that extra person and not just take those bell-out threes that they've been doing.
Coffeyville coming off a 1-point loss on the road to Dodge City. Sky Jasper had a pretty nice game. 12 points and 8 points from Michaela Tanksley, but just came up a little bit short and did not shoot the ball particularly well, 31%, and shot 3 of 15 from the three-point arc. And Coffeyville's also coming off a loss, another 1-point loss to Independence in overtime. So it's just been a tough stretch for these Lady Red Ravens. You can't blame them. You've been there right in the games, but just could not finish at the end of it.
And that's one thing, you don't like to lose, but when you're so close, sometimes it makes a bittersweet moment because, you're hanging in with teams the whole time and then you end up losing at the last couple of seconds, especially in overtime. You work so hard, you end up tying the game, then you have to go into overtime, and then it all just, comes down to those final seconds, and they just haven't been able to get it done these last two games.
So starting the second quarter, to the hoop, couldn't find it. Nice defense by Fullove.
And that's one thing you like to see her do off the bench is, that intensity on defense. Then Lucy Burke tried too much with the hesitation and then took one too many steps. Another careless turnovers. That's one thing that the Ravens haven't been able to do is take care of the ball.
Yeah, definitely need to take care of the ball against these nice nationally ranked teams like the Blue Dragons. They don't make too many mistakes. Inside, getting harassed and got it to go somehow. Nice shot inside. And Roebuck will go to the line. It looks like the Coffeyville faithful are looking for a travel. Didn't get it.
And we already said how well she shoots at the line, 77%. And the first time on her line, she did a good job. And then a violation, stepped over the line too soon. So Hutch won't be able to, show off their line skills right there, and a careless turnover by both of these teams right out of the gate in the second quarter.
Coffeyville looking for some offense. 16-4. Coffeyville down by 12. A long three, almost forced. Couldn't go, and a nice rebound underneath.
And a great hustle play right there by Lucy Burke to not let that pass go through. Would have been easy too when she just hustles and barely tips the ball, but it alters the pass, and that way they could slow down this fast Hutch offense.
So 8:45 left. Working around the perimeter. Coffeyville active hands on defense, and they'll get the turnover. So if you're looking at one positive thus far, active hands on the defensive end, and you've caused not a lot of turnovers, but enough from a good offensive team like the Blue Dragons.
Exactly. And one thing you got to look at if you want to look at positive, like you just said, causing turnovers. And also, you got to look at and see if Lucy Burke can hit any threes, and she tries one right there and just couldn't get it to go. She hasn't made a single shot this whole game. And, that's one of your main scorers. She averages 9 points a game.
So either team has not really had a nice opening second quarter, but another turnover from the Lady Red Ravens.
And that's a great block by Tierra Fullov. And then a turnover right there, another careless pass by Wooden. Turn over the ball once again, and Kramer with the steal.
So working around this zone defense. Barber, step in, jumper, no good. Oh, nice play by Lucy Burke to save it to her own teammate and keep the possession alive for the Lady Red Ravens.
That's one thing Lucy Burke has done good all game. She hasn't made a lot of shots, but she's been able to do great on the defensive side, get rebounds, tip the ball back in, make steals. And that's one thing you got to look positive for this team is they're able to still play some pretty good defense. I mean, when you're holding teams down to only 10 points in the first quarter and only allowed them to, score 4 in this quarter, you're doing a great job on defense. You just haven't been able to do very much on offense.
And talk about Lucy Burke. She's been in a slump thus far. Versed at Dodge City, 1 for 10 from the three-point arc. And then home here at Independence, she was 3 of 9, excuse me. So she's been kind of in a slump thus far, and that's one thing Coffeyville needs to get out of. Here comes Sky Jasper, could not find the right angle, and here comes the Blue Dragons. Oh, nice post feed and a score underneath.
And that's Mickens right there. Great job, great find by Kramer to pass it, and then a great job by her to get it. And then there's McCree finally getting a 3 to go for this Coffeyville squad. And you know what she can do from deep, shooting 31% from deep.
So McCree finally puts a made field goal on the board, and it's a three-pointer. Other than that, Coffeyville's hit 4-3 from the charity stripe. 4 points from the charity stripe. Sky Jasper needs to get going on the offensive end. Nice right-hand hook.
And right there, that's what we needed to see the whole game. Finally brings her team down by double digits, and then a turnover, but then the blocking foul by Roebuck. And, right there you kind of see some energy finally from this Ravens defense and offense. Let's see if they can make a basket right here to bring their team down, only by a couple points.
6:10 left in the second quarter. Turnovers mounting up for the Blue Devils. Coffeyville still down 9. Lucy Burke loses the handle. McCree picks it up. 15 on the shot clock. Open 3. Didn't really set her feet much, but offensive rebound from Jasper. Nice block by Roebuck, and it looks like they're going to refresh the shot clock. Step in 2.
And then the ball will still be Coffeyville's right there. You saw Roebuck and Jasper going after that ball. That's going to be a great matchup all night. Both of those players, great players for their team.
So another fresh shot clock for the Lady Red Ravens. Lee, nice move. Turn around, and she'll get fouled.
Cedriana Lee is at the line, and she shoots about 62%. So she does okay, you know, a little better, but let's see if she can get one of these to go to bring her team only down by 8.
She had 5 points at Dodge City. Trying to get on the scorebook, and she does. 8-point game. Coffeyville back in this press. Caused multiple turnovers. And it looks like the Blue Devils will easily break the press. Pump fake. Nice block on the double team. Oh, a wide. A really long layup. Couldn't go in. Lucy Burke tracks down the defensive board.
And you see Coffeyville finally playing some great defense right now. That sequence, a block by Sky Jasper, and then they D'd up and did not let them drive in anymore. And right there, Cedriana Lee drives in and cannot get the layup to go. A lot of contact, and then Tatiana McCree.
Oh, nice play. Saves it to Jasper, and she couldn't finish, but a foul.
That was a crazy sequence right there. A turnover, long pass by McCree. Cedriana Lee tips it back in. Sky Jasper gets it and then gets fouled, sent to the line. And she is pretty good at the line, 64% on the year. Let's see if she can get these two to go to bring your team only down by 6.
So Sky Jasper has been a staple for this Lady Red Ravens team. Put over double digits in the last 2 games, just not able to get a victory. Got 12 points at Dodge City, and I believe 10 points home here in Independence.
And one thing you love about Sky Jasper, she's one of those players like you know, on 2K, the microwave. Once she gets hot, it's hard to cool her off, especially in that down low area with all those post moves and, you know, turnaround jumpers she has in her arsenal.
And a nice feed inside. Barber finishes at the rim, but a nice pass from Alicia Brown.
And that's a great job right there to break the full court press and then find the easy 2 to bring your team up. And McCree to the hoop and misses. But then a turnover when Mickens try to save the ball, and then, you know, that'll save Coffeyville to get another possession.
4:02 left in the second quarter. Coffeyville down 9. Looking for somebody. Jumper no good, and a foul. We go on Cedriana Lee. And that's her first. And the Dragons have a tough time breaking this press. Almost a turnover there. Finally gets it to Kramer and set up shop. Ten on the shot clock. Inside to Barber. Now back out. 3-pointer up. No good. Rebound goes to Tanksley. McCree to the hoop. Left hand layup. Left it a little bit long. Inside, and a nice feed in to Barber, and that's something they're doing, getting into the middle of the defense and then looking for the cutters. And a nice feed inside to Mickens, excuse me, that was Mickens.
You see Coffeyville trying to work late in the shot clock again. It just hasn't been their friend.
Oh, that's a broadcaster's jinx right there as Lee finally quiets the shot clock.
And great defense right there to make Kramer step out of bounds. They hit the big three, and right now, you know, if they score right here, they can get some momentum on their side finally.
2:05 left, and Coffeyville kind of making a little run at it as they've been trailing the whole game, and Coach Harrell will take his first full timeout of the half with 2:04 left. And again, we'll look at where these teams sit in the standings as Hutchinson comes in the game, nationally ranked at 17th, 13-3. 17-3 overall, and they sit at third right behind Seward. And Coffeyville down there in the back of the pack as they were 8th. They're tied for 7th with Garden City, 8-8 and 10-10 overall. But it really matters once you get to the tournament, and both these teams, Hutchinson will be a higher seed, and Coffeyville will be a lower seed. But like I said, it's all what you do in the Kansas Jayhawk Conference tournament, and this Lady Red Raven team could get hot at any given notice as their game's coming up at Cloud. And that's January 31st, and then February 3rd, home against Pratt, and then they go at Seward in Liberal, Kansas.
And that's so true. This team can get hot at any notice, like you mentioned. And one thing that you got to look at is just get shots that you know you can make. They've been taking a lot of threes that, you know, just don't make any sense. I mean, Cedriana Lee just had to take that and luckily got it to go. But you got to start driving in the ball and play a little bit more aggressive down low to start getting this deficit down. And that's how you do it right there. But then took a little too many steps by Cedriana Lee, and another careless turnover by the Red Ravens.
And, Matt, how much do you think that's the effect of the two forwards down low for Hutchinson? Is that kind of bothering the Lady Red Ravens?
And I believe that's probably the number one thing. They're scared to go down low because they know the presence. They block a lot of shots. They get a lot of rebounds. They know how to box out, use their body. And, you know, they both score a lot of points, both in double digits. So this team definitely is built around those two players, Mickens and Roebuck.
Nice defensive possession for the Lady Red Ravens as they just had to hoist up a random jumper that was not the most profitable shot for the Blue Dragons. And now see if Coffeyville can cut it. Inside. And luckily, it stays with the Lady Red Ravens. It went off Caleb Barber's right hand, the 6'1" sophomore to DeSoto, Texas.
And then another careless turnover by the Ravens. 5-second violation. Couldn't even get it to pass in. The Blue Dragons did a great job on that inbound play.
45 seconds left, and it looks like Coffeyville will definitely have another possession. Left it short on the three, and it came back out to the Blue Dragons. Inside, Kramer to the hoop, right-hand layup, and she'll be fouled as Tiara Fullov will pick up the foul.
And Kramer's been doing a good job all game long. And like we already mentioned, 83% from the line. She's hit a couple threes, got some good assists. She's definitely been one of the bright spots for this Blue Dragons, for them to able, to be up by this much, now by 9, and, possibly by 10 right now.
So the Blue Dragons want to get their lead back up to 10 points, and Kramer could do it at the line. She hit a three really early in the first quarter and got to the line that time and put 2 free throws home at the charity strike. And here come the Red Ravens. Shot clock and game clock pretty much just alike. Probably a point, 9 seconds between them both. And the travel.
And that's one thing this Ravens team has done all game long, travel and not able to, they're moving their feet before they try to do these pump fakes, and then they end up moving their feet while doing it, and that's a travel all day long. And a great pass by Roebuck to Mickens, and then now their team's going to be up by 12 at the half. Blue Dragons are playing great offense and defense, not turning over the ball. And Logan, what's one thing you got to point at to say the Ravens need to do to kind of turn around this game and possibly make a little run at so they can try to get back in this game?
Well, the press was working for them, but they make shots. And we'll come back before the half is ended with a halftime report. But other than that, you're watching Red Raven TV. I'm Logan Mance alongside Matt Dick, and it's halftime. back here in Nellis Hall, where the Dragons are up 26-14. I'm Luger Mance alongside Matt Dick. And just going over the halftime stats. Matt, what kind of really stands out or why Coffeyville is down at halftime?
Well, one thing is, turnovers. You got 10 turnovers in one half. The Blue Dragons also have 8 turnovers in one half. So both of these teams not taking care of the ball particularly well. Another thing that stands out, is they're shooting 36% from the field, and we're only shooting 10% from the field. So definitely a big difference there. We only took 28 shots and made 3, and they took 9 and made 25. So especially, if you make more shots, you're going to win games.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising they even have 14 points, and I think without all the fouls that Hutch had, this would be a lot more of a bigger margin for the Blue Dragons, as you only have 3 made field goals. 2 of them are threes. Coffeyville going to work on side. Sky Jasper gets it swatted away, and Alicia Green brings it up to Blue Dragons. Intercepted by Lucy Burke. Gives it off to Sky Jasper. Now back out to McCree. She's been hot. She flushes it.
That's a great fast break right there. Great job by Sky Jasper to find the open McCree. And right there you saw McCree able to square up and get that 3 to go.
Almost got the steal, but now here's an answer from the Blue Dragons.
And that's Kramer. She was hot from the line. She's always great for her team. She went 2 for 5 from deep in the first half. And right there, she comes out strong and gets the first shot for the Blue Dragons to go.
Yeah, she's done it all for her team. 13 points thus far. And 3 of 6, like you said, from the three-point arc. And 9:03 left, and Hutch responded with the answer and still up by 12 points. And the longest run Hutch has had is 8-0. And the largest lead has been 14 points.
Yeah.
So just under 9 minutes inside Wooden. And she gets it swatted away, and that will be awarded Blue Dragons ball.
Blue Dragons able to cut that full court press, and then the easy mid-range shot gets it to go. That's a great job by them. 31-17 with about 8 minutes to go.
So the largest lead for the Blue Dragons has been 14. They're stuck at 14 right now. And here comes Sky Jasper working around the perimeter. Got just about 10 on the shot clock. Pull up. Ball is on the floor, and that will be a jump ball. And that's just one of the possessions we kind of talked about, just everyone looking at the ball, the player with the ball, and not really doing any extra movement around the offense.
And that's so true right there. Right there with the foul. But going back to the point, they're kind of stagnant, not able to move the ball a lot. And then you get stuck in the middle. You get double teamed down low. Bad passes. Sky Jasper not able to come down with that rebound fully, and then the jump ball will give it back to the Dragons. And then right there, you see Brown with the great shot to bring her team up by 15.
Coffeyville will get the ball back. And McCree has been hot at the top of your screen. He's hit 2 threes and really been the sole reason they've been scoring thus far, and that's an air ball. And a steal off to McCree. Can she redeem herself? And she does at the rim.
And that right there is what you need to do. If you are Coffeyville, play great defense, get the ball, and then run the fast break good right there. Found the open McCree, easy 2. And then right there, you saw them using that full court press, double team, got the jump ball, and another turnover. Let's see what the Ravens do with this possession.
So McCree got that 2 points and now trying to add on, and she can't with the short three-pointer. Here comes Kramer, left side. And a good find. And the ball goes right to the Blue Dragons. She'll go up and be fouled. That's Roebuck.
And Roebuck, didn't have the greatest first half, only 1 for 5. She's usually scoring about 13 a game. She was only scored a couple points, but she did get to the line with consistency, and we'll see what she can do at the line with this possession, and she gets the first one to go.
She's got 4 points. Kind of been a quiet game for her, even though her team is still up 14, trying to make it 15. So the largest lead for the Blue Dragons is 15. Coffeyville trying to respond. And Lucy Burke up top, trying to work right side. Lose the handle on it. 5 on the shot clock. Here comes Sky Jasper. Jumper. Left it short. An offensive rebound and a foul.
Great job by Jasper to grab her own rebound, get it, and then get fouled. That way they get, a fresh shot clock, and they're able to actually run their offense they needed to.
Long 3. Not the look the Lady Red Ravens wanted with a fresh shot clock. Now here comes her to the hoop, and she's fouled. Tira Bradshaw has had 2 points at the free throw line. He gets fouled there, and we'll see Ciandra Lee check into the ball game. Inbounds play. Here comes Kramer, right side, double teamed. Long 3. Left it short. Rebound goes to the Lady Red Ravens. Tanksley. We got a 3-on-2. Long 3 from Lucy Burke. And Lucy Burke just still been in that slump shooting.
Definitely, and you hate to see that. Such a great shooter, able to pull off the impossible, getting long-range bombs to go. The high arc sometimes can be not your best friend when you're shooting that far away, and then you can't do a lot when you're just taking these deep threes and you're not able to drive in.
Kicks it out for three. Now inside. Now back out for three for Kramer. Left it, and a nice rebound by Barrio. To the hoop. Sky Jasper adding a little bit of offense of her own.
And that's a great job by her to finally get one to go in the second half. Jasper needs to get hot to help this team climb back into this game. Someone that you always got to look at, and let's see if she can do that right here. The basket does not count.
So that's just her first foul on Jasper. Just 5 minutes into the ball game, Hutch still has the lead on 13 points. And that's a travel. Took the jump stop, and her pivot foot kind of slid forward. Turnover.
This possession could be very critical for the Red Ravens. Let's see how, they work the shot clock and how they make this possession better than their last couple of ones. They haven't been able to get a lot to go.
10 on the shot clock. Tanksley to the hoop. Blocked. Nice defense. To the hoop. Right-hand layup good from
Wickens. And that's a great job by her. Get the block, take it coast to coast, and gets the easy two. And now the Blue Dragons are up by 15.
Mickens with 10 points. Coffeyville so desperately needs an answer to cut the deficit. Again, the shot clock running down quickly on the Ravens. A quick pull-up jumper and just not a good shot. Again, offense for the Red Ravens has just been one shot and done at the end of the shot clock. Doesn't seem like their offense is moving as efficiently as they want. And what I've seen is just their cuts without the ball have not been too good. And no passing lanes for the Red Ravens. And that's just another good defensive possession by the Blue Dragons.
And that wasn't a very good shot by Lucy Burke either. She had people open at the perimeter, could have moved the ball around a little bit better. Just took a bad shot, and let's see if she can get it going again. She hasn't been able to do very much this whole game.
For three, she lined it up and no good. Another offensive rebound, that's two. And a foul by McCree. So Tiara Bradshaw at the line. Bradshaw has 2 free throws at the line, and she misses her first of today, but has the second one. So just 3 minutes here at Nellis Hall. Coffeyville stuck at 15 points. He lined it up, and again, the three ball has been non-existent. Other than McCree, she's hit 2 today, but I think Lee's hit 1, but just not a good percentage shot for Coffeyville today as the ball has just not been going in.
And, I mean, this team, shoots around 30% from deep, and they haven't even been close to matching that. And that's just sad to see, you're not able to drive in, you're not able to shoot the three, and you're not able to, get to the line with consistency and make it.
So Blue Dragons have missed their last 3 free throw attempts. Full level check in. It's Kayla Barber at the line. 1 for 3 from field goal and has 2 points. Gets the second one. 6'1" sophomore. McCree takes her off the dribble, and it rolls in, but I believe they call it on the floor. .2:15 left in the second quarter. Corner 3 for Brett, and she got it.
That's a great shot by her. And she doesn't get a lot of playing time. 4 points a game, 34 from deep, and about 1 rebound a game. So she does do a great job of what she gets. And right there, you see her knock down the long-range bomb. And now that brings them up by 19 with 2 minutes to go. Both of these teams, scoring well below their averages. They've both been playing pretty good defense. Just Hutch has been able to make some more shots, play better defense, and Coffeyville has not been able to shoot the three or even drive in to get anything going.
Yeah, it's been tough sailing, but when nothing's been working and you're pretty much one shot and done, it's been tough for the Lady Red Ravens to get any offense going. And they've only scored 7 points in this third quarter. Compared to the 14 points Hutch has put up in this third quarter. So Lee up top, trying to take her man off dribble, floater, and fouled. Tia Bradshaw will pick up her 4th personal. And Kramer had 3 fouls, and she had to exit to the bench. So a lot of fouls from Hutch, but they still have a commanding lead, and Coffeyville's got to make some surge at it if they want to do it. Time's not on their side. Only got 1 quarter left and just about 2 minutes left in this third quarter.
And both of these teams shot 75% from the line. Just Hutch was able to get to the line a little bit more. Both of these teams do good from the line, just not able to do very good. And right there you see the easy 2 by Wickens, and that's a great pass to set up the easy 2, and now their team is up by 20.
So Barrio kicks it out and shuffled her feet was Lee. And we kind of hinted on it in the first half. Coffeyville coming off two tough losses by 1 point. Last loss was at Dodge City. Lost that by 1 point, and then lost by 1 point in the Montgomery rivalry. So these ladies have put up a valiant fight these last two games, and it's kind of been probably a disappointment for them. And how much do you think that weighs in on this game coming in after just two really tough losses?
Well, I would have thought they came out here playing harder and tougher, but it's just they're being overmatched in every aspect of the game, not able to get shots going because Hutch has been playing great offense and defense and really just controlling this game from the get-go, jumping out early, to that eight-point lead. And then right now they're up by 24. So this lead just keeps on growing. And you got to give props for Hutch to go on the road and perform like this.
On the attack to the hoop. Layup is up and good for Brett. Kelsey Brett. She's got 5 points off the bench.
And once again, you see the fast break turning into easy points. Coffeyville has not been able to get back on the fast break. But right there, Barrero finally gets one to go. She shot one earlier. Still down by 21. Sky Jasper gets a turnover. Great steal by her. And let's see what they do with these final seconds of the third quarter.
Inside, and a hard foul. She'll have a chance to go to the line, but Caleb Barber came out there hard and contested it.
And that's one reason why Coffeyville's been so quiet. Sky Jasper hasn't been able to post up like she's used to. She usually can get those floaters and jumpers and hook shots to go pretty easily because she's usually taller than other defenders. But these down low Barber, Wickens, and other people, that are playing down low for this Blue Dragons just haven't been matching Sky Jasper perfectly. And that's one reason why I believe they haven't been able to get anything going on offense.
So that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. We got 1 quarter left as Hutch into a commanding lead, their largest lead of today, 46-26. And like we kind of talked about it, Coffeyville coming to this game kind of sluggish. And you can't come to a game sluggish and expect to win against the 17th ranked nation, Hutchinson Blue Dragons, as they've really, I don't think they've played their best basketball, but they've just played good enough, and Coffeyville has played probably some of their worst.
And that's so true because you saw both of these teams had a lot of turnovers, but one team was able to get more rebounds, especially offensive boards, able to get second possessions, and that's got to give props to Hutch and what they've been able to do with the ball. They haven't had to settle for bailout shots like Coffeyville has. They haven't had to settle with going to the line. They've just been playing some tough defense. Even though it's a low-scoring game, they're still up by 20.
Yeah, so 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And if you're Coach Harrell, what are you going to tell your girls in this fourth quarter? You try out new people in the game, or do you go to your new playbook, or how do you enter this fourth quarter?
Well, one thing that's really sad is lots of injuries on this Red Ravens team, and so you can't go to your bench as much as they like to. That's one reason why they're able to get a lot of wins. Their bench is actually pretty good and deep,